Good morning, student. Today we will start our 10th unit, training in sports. Training. What is training? Training is a process of preparing an individual for any activity or any events. Means it is a process of preparing individual. एक इंडिविजुअल को प्रिपेयर करना फॉर एनी एक्टिविटी, किसी भी एक्टिविटी या फिर किसी भी प्रोग्राम के लिए उससे तैयार करना इज नोन एज ट्रेनिंग. मीन्स गिविंग हिम इन ट्रेनिंग वी गिव हिम practical as well as theoretical knowledge, and training is a long term process. And sports training means preparing a sports person for the highest level of sports performance by means of physical exercise. Okay, sports training means preparing a sports person for improving his performance. In sports training also we give the sports persons theoretical and practical knowledge, and it is a long term process. We can't give training in one day. We can't give training in a one day. It is a long term process. Sports training, with the help of sports training, it's help to improve sports performance along with the component of physical fitness. There are 5 components of physical fitness, like that is strength, speed, endurance, flexibility and coordinative ability. These components are directly or indirectly related with each others, and this component for every game we require different component. For examples, in weightlifting we require strength, and in running we require speed, but also we require flexibility also. Okay, because this all components are interrelated with each others, and we require different component for different game and sports. Strength क्या है? It is the ability of a muscle to overcome the resistance. Means it is the force that the muscle can exert against a resistance. Resistance is the opposite force. How much force your muscle can exert to overcome the resistance. Strength. Strength. There are 2 type of strength: static and dynamic. Static means fixed point, no movement, and dynamic means there will be the movement. Static. Static strength is also known as isometric. Iso means same, metric means length. So isometric, same length. It is the ability to act against resistance from a single or one position. So the length, so there will be the no movement. For example, pushing a wall, we are pushing a walls, forces apply, but there will be the no movement. There will be the no visible movement. The length of the muscle does not change. This is known as static strength. And dynamic strength means also known as isotonic. Iso means same, tonic means tension. And dynamic strength, there will be the visible movement. Our muscle will be changed. Dynamic strength, it is of three type: maximum strength, explosive strength and strength endurance. Maximum strength means ability to act against maximum resistance, means the greatest force that is possible to overcome a resistance in a single maximum contraction. For examples, weightlifting. How much weight you can, how much greatest force you can use to overcome that resistance, to overcome that weight. Or throwing, even shot put, discus throw, etc. These all are maximum strength, also known as power. Explosive strength. Explosive strength, combination of two words. combination of strength and speed, means ability to overcome a resistance with high speed. How fast you can overcome the resistance. For examples, in jumping activity, sprint, smashing in volleyball, etc. These all are explosive strength, that is overcoming a resistance with high speed. Strength endurance, it is a combination of strength and endurance. So strength endurance is ability to overcome a resistance under the conditions of fatigue. You are fatigued, आप थकी हुए हो, then also you have to overcome a resistance. For examples in long distance race, swimming, road cycling, these all are examples of strength endurance. Training methods for developing the strength. How you will develop your strength. There are three methods to develop the strength: isometric exercise, isotonic exercise, and isokinetic exercise. Isotonic. Iso means same, metric means length. So, in isometric exercise, the length of the muscle will remain same. The length of the muscle will remain same. Therefore, the training in this training exercise, the length of the muscle remain the same during the workout. There will be the no external movement. Okay, no external movement. Therefore, the work is zero, and we can't see the movement. There will be the no visible movement. For example, pushing a wall, we are using a strength, we are using a force, but there will be the no movement, there will be no visual movement. Therefore, the work done is zero. um this exercise and isometric This isometric exercise is useful in weightlifting, gymnastic, judo, wrestling, okay, etc. This isometric exercise, okay. And what are the advantages of isometric exercise? It can be performed anywhere. Moreover, no helper is required. Isometric exercise we can perform anywhere, as well no helper. Okay, no helpers is required for doing isometric exercise. Second, less equipment. No equipment or less equipment is required, as the immovable objects are found anywhere. Therefore, we don't require equipment, or less equipment are used. Less time is required for to perform. Okay, less time is required to perform, whereas effect is more. It can be performed by an injured player. Okay, isotonic exercise, it can be performed by the injured player also, under the care and precaution. Isometric strength training exercise develop high level of static strength, means there will be the no movement. So isotomic exercise help to develop the static strength as well as maximum strength. Thus the effective for total muscular strength. This exercise can be performed during warming up season. This exercise can be performed during warming up season as a warming up. Disadvantage: it requires static strength, whereas most of the game and sports dynamic strength is required. Statics means there will be no movement, but in various game we require a dynamic movement, where dynamic movements means where there is movement. Isometric exercise. Isometric exercise rise the blood pressure. It raises the blood pressures. Therefore, it is not recommended for heart patient. Loss of interest after a few days because same type of exercise. And okay, we are doing the same type of exercise. Therefore, after a few days, the interest of the athletes will be less. And in isometric exercise, there is less variety of exercise. Isotonic exercise. Isotonic exercise for developing the strength. So, iso means same and tonic means tension. So, in isotonic exercise, the length of the muscle will change, means the shortening and lengthening of muscle during the during actions along with tension in them. Along with tension, same tension in the muscle, there will be the tension in the muscle, and some work is done during this exercise like jumping, running, lifting weight, etc. Okay, these all are isotonic exercise. In isotonic exercise, it is of two type: concentric and eccentric. Concentric means upward movement of action, upward movement of actions in which the flexure means bending muscle short during the action, whereas extension means straightening muscle length in size. For example, lifting the dumbbell, that is upward movement, that our flexure muscle will become short and our extensor muscle is length. Again, this is known as concentric muscle. Eccentric means it is a type of isotonic exercise in which the extension muscle, जो पीछे का जो लेंथ वाला मसल है, it will become short, whereas flexure muscles is length. Example, downward movement of hand. It is the examples of extension exercise. Extension and flexure means bending muscles, and extension means lengthening muscle. So in concentric, bending muscle will be short, and in extension, bending muscle will be length, will be more. For example, downward movement is eccentric. Advantage of isotonic exercise: it develops dynamic strength. Dynamic means movement, motion. It develops dynamic strength, and dynamic strength it is required in maximum game. This exercise develops strength and endurance, as both can be developed together. Okay, this strength and endurance can be developed together in isotonic exercise. It brings hypertrophy of muscle, that is muscle gain mass along with thickness. Isotonic exercise improve flexibility. The flexibility of our muscle improve. Therefore, the muscle have more contract ability. This exercise are used for developing explosive strength along with strength endurance. Explosive strength with strength endurance. Explosive strength means ability overcome resistance with high speed, and strength endurance means ability to overcome resistance under the condition of fatigue. Isotonic um, helps to develop explosive strength and strength endurance. And what are the disadvantages of isotonic exercise? The chance of stress and strain. And there is a chance of strain and strain due to the jerky action. If the body is not properly warm, अगर हम लोग if we don't do proper warming up, and if we do jerky movement, then the chance of and stress and strain, the chance of injury in our muscle is more. Sometimes equipment are required in isotonic exercise. Equipment are required to perform. Isokinetic. Isokinetic means, iso means same, kinetic means motion. Isokinetic means producing the movement at constant speed. Okay, producing the movement and in a constant speed. That is movement. In isokinetic exercise, that is movement along with continuous tension in both flexion and extension muscle. ठीक है, देर इज टेंशन. ठीक है, हर बार टेंशन होगी इन फ्लेक्शन एंड एक्सटेंशन मसल. दैट इज बोथ फ्लेक्शन एंड एक्सटेंशन मसल contract simultaneously. Here the both flexure and extension muscle have tension along with full range of movement, upward downward movement, upward downward, upward downward. This is known as isokinetic exercise, movement at constant speed. For example, doing cycling. Okay, cycling, flexion and extension muscle work simultaneously. Cycling, in swimming, etc. These are isokinetic. And what are the advantages of isokinetic exercise? The first advantage is isokinetic exercise develop high level of dynamic as well as static strength. It will develop dynamic as well as static strength. Next is the effective. It is effective for every game, useful for every game and sports. Isokinetic exercise improve the endurance. It improve endurance along with strength. Endurance plus strength, it's help to develop all type of strength. It improve all type of strength like explosive strength, maximum strength and strength endurance. Disadvantage of isokinetic is it required special type of equipment. Okay, we require special type of requirement to perform it. And this exercise should be performed under the expert observation of coach, teacher, etc. We should perform under their observation. These are the disadvantages of isokinetic exercise. Endurance and its training methods. Endurance is the ability of an individual to carry on a required activity with great degree of efficiency for a considerable period of time without fatigue. Okay, endurance क्या है? It is the ability of an individual to continue the activity without fatigue. Okay, ability to do an activity for a long period of time without the fatigue. For examples in running, cross country running, marathon running, football, hockey. Means ठीक है, doing the activity for a long period of time without fatigue. बिना थकावट के कोई भी एक्टिविटी लंबे समय तक करना. This development of endurance indirectly develop the strength and speed. Endurance is of two types: short-term endurance or long-term endurance. Short-term endurance, we can say anaerobic or muscular endurance. Short-term endurance, in this means this endurance is helpful to perform activity for long duration with fast speed. Okay, activity for long duration with fast speed during the fast speed. Short term, okay, means ability to perform an activity for short period, short duration with fast speed. ठीक है, एकदम कम समय के लिए for with a fast speed. It is anaerobics type of activity. Anaerobics means in the absence of oxygen we do this activity with fast speed, the intensity is very fast. ठीक है, activity is performed in the absence of oxygen, oxygen with the help of stored energy in the muscle glycogen, for examples. And this short term endurance we perform in the absence of oxygen, therefore it produces lot of fatigue, tiredness, etc, uh, etc, like in tennis, badminton, basketball, volleyball, etc. We do the performance for a short period of time, and the speed with a fast speed, and long term aerobic, or we can say cardiovascular endurance. Aerobic means in the presence of oxygen. This endurance is helpful when the activity is done for long duration. जब हम किसी भी एक्टिविटी को लॉन्ग ड्यूरेशन को करना है, इन एंड इंटेंसिटी ऑफ स्पीड इज स्लो, बेटा स्लो, फॉर एग्जाम्पल एंड, ठीक है, द कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ सर्कुलेटरी विथ रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम, ठीक है, and for examples in road cycling, cross country marathons, because the intensity is slow, therefore we are able to take the oxygen, therefore it delay the fatigue. Marathon race, road cycling, okay, in this activity we we do the activity continuously with the in the presence of oxygen. And what are the training methods for strength development? There are three methods to develop the strength, that is continuous training methods, interval training methods, and fatigue training methods. Continuous training methods, it is of three type. Slow continuous training methods, किसी भी ट्रेनिंग को कंटिन्यू करना विद अ स्लो स्पीड. फास्ट कंटिन्यूस ट्रेनिंग मेथड्स मीन्स किसी भी एक्टिविटी को डूइंग द एक्टिविटी fast but continuously. And variable continuous training means it is a combinations of slow and fast continuous, means sometime doing the training slowly and sometime fast. Interval training methods, it is of two type: long term, short term interval, and fatigue training methods. These are the methods to develop strength. Let's first discuss about continuous training methods. Continuous training method, it is the old methods in which the player perform exercise or activity for a long period of time without having any rest, break, or or pause in between. Okay, continuous means doing the activity continuously without any break. In this methods, only the speed make the difference. It develop very high level of endurance. It is practiced once or twice in a week. And continuous training methods, it is three type: slow continuous training methods, fast continuous training methods, and variable continuous training methods. In slow continuous training methods, slow continuous training methods, this methods is basically used in cross country, marathon race, football playing, hockey, etc. Slow continuous training helps to develop aerobic endurance. Okay, in this methods and continuous training methods, we the speed or the rate of movement is slow. Okay, speed is slow, but the duration of workout or the distance is long. In this training methods, we do the training approximately for 1 to 2 hours, whereas distance cover is approx 10 to 20 kilometers, and our heart rate should be kept 140 to 170 beat per minute, and work is done with slow speed to medium speed, approximately 50 to 70% of maximum ability. Okay, slow continuous training methods means doing the training doing the training slowly with a slow speed, doing the training with slow speed, and um, and um, and the duration of workout is long. Okay, our speed is slow, but the duration of workout is more. And fast continuous training methods, it is used in, basically used in sprint race, middle distance running, skill game, badminton, tennis, etc. Okay, fast continuous training methods where the uh, fast uh, uh, fast fast endurance is required, fast speed is required, fast strength. Okay, in fast continuous training methods and aerobic endurance, um, we require where they require an aerobic endurance along with speed. And aerobics means absence of oxygens with fast speed. In fast continuous training methods, the workout is performed with fast speed or fast workout, and the duration of training is approx 15 to 30 minutes, and the distance is 5 to 10 kilometers. Okay, fast continuous training methods, doing the activity fast with fast speed, and and distance is medium, approx 5 to 10 kilometers. Wherever continuous training methods, it is a combination of slow continuous training methods and fast continuous training methods. In these methods, the speed the speed keep on changing. After sometimes we do sometime we do fast, and sometime our speed will be slow. And wherever continuous training methods is performed for approx 30 minutes to 1 hour duration. And the distance covered is 10 to 15 kilometers, and our heart rate is kept around 140 to 200 beats per minute. In the beginning of speed workout in the beginning in the beginning the speed of workout is fast. As the fatigue increase, the speed of workout is brought to medium, and so on. Okay, in variables, combinations of slow and speed. So usually in the starting time, in the beginning the workout is very fast. Okay, the peoples, the athletes do very fast, do speed workout. Then after some time their speed reduce, and this matters is effective for place of almost game. This is used for almost game. These are the methods to develop endurance. Okay, slow continuous training means our speed will be slow, but the duration is more. Fast continuous training methods means our speed is more, but the duration is less. And variable continuous training, combination of slow and fast. Sometime our speed will be slow, and sometime our speed will be fast. Next is the next training methods for strength development. uh, uh, Interval training methods. In interval training methods, this is the best methods for the development of endurance. Okay, it is the best method for developing the endurance. In interval training methods, we use the principle of effort and incomplete recovery. Okay, we use effort, and then incomplete recovery is followed. It is the exercise. Interval training methods is the exercise. It is the exercise in which the exercise is done at relatively higher intensity with interval of incomplete recovery. We give the interval, but but there will be the incomplete recovery. um, the place there will be the workout, rest, workout, rest, workout, and so on. Okay, effort and incomplete recovery. We give them the chance to recover, but what we don't give, there will be the no full recovery. Recovery is incomplete. After doing the workout, there will be the uh, incomplete recovery. And interval training methods, it is of two type: slow interval training methods and fast interval training methods. In slow interval training methods, the total distance is 5 to 10 kilometers. 5 to 10 kilometers of volume is about 30 minutes to 1 hours. Okay, slow interval training method, the distance is 5 to 10 kilometers and it is about 1 hour workout, and the distance is 300 to 800 meters, then 2 to 5 minutes workout at a medium speed. Speed of movement 60 to 80%. uh, Slow interval training methods. Slow interval training methods is very effective for developing aerobic endurance. Aerobic endurance presence of oxygen. Okay, slow interval methods develop effective for developing aerobic endurance. In these methods, the players do workout at medium speed. Okay, whereas the distance is longer. There will be the long duration, long distance. It is given by using 1:1 ratio or 1:2 ratio. This means the rest period is incomplete before the next repetition. Okay, the rest period is incomplete before the next repetition. This matters is general practice one or twice in a week. uh, fast fast interval training methods. In fast interval training methods, this interval training methods is good for anaerobic endurance, means in the absence of endurance, for developing an aerobics endurance. In these training methods, the player made a short distance workout with high speed, and then incomplete incomplete recovery incomplete do a incomplete recovery before the next repetition. Okay, it is the distance is slow, the speed is distance is slow with high speed, and then incomplete recovery, and so on.